The first story is about Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Now, this article here on PlayStationTrophies.org says, Spider-Man Miles Morales promises more destruction, more believable performances, says Insomniac. Interesting, right? It's not necessarily what I would have expected from this, given I thought that the original Spider-Man game was pretty believable. So let's have a look at this article. Insomniac Games has offered some further details on the next-gen nitty-gritty for Spider-Man's Miles Morales, serving up some of the insights into how the game will differ from the PS4 and PS5 beyond merely it'll look nicer and that. Of course, the PlayStation 5 version will have instant loading, whereas PS4 you'll see some subway journey loading scenes. You guys remember those. Ray trace reflections and cutting-edge particle systems will also be in play at the PlayStation 5 version, which in turn will feed into the increased level of destruction on show. You'll see a lot more destruction, a lot more improved particle systems and simulations that we just weren't able to do before. It's a minor thing, right? These launch games are always going to have minor improvements to try and sell you on those new features, but realistically, I think you're going to have a really decent experience with this game on PlayStation 4. My assumption as an outsider is just that this was probably made for the PS4 originally and then got pulled over to the PS5. Maybe it was even DLC for Spider-Man at one stage and they decided to hold it. So, but given it's a launch title, I think regardless of whether or not you upgrade from a PS4 to a PS5, you're going to have a really good experience with this game. I think you're going to enjoy your time with it, and I can't see those improvements being drastically different. Maybe except for the loading times, but I think that's like a blanket thing across the board given the SSD in the PS5. Now, I guess it was kind of like a no-brainer. I didn't even really think about this until I read at the very bottom of the article here. It says it launches on the 12th of November, which is the PS5 launch date for most regions. US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea, and then the 19th for the rest of the world. I didn't even really think that this game would be delayed a week because the PS5's not coming out in the UK. I still assumed the game would release at the same time so people could play it on their PS4, but I guess for Europe, the game's actually delayed an entire week longer than it is on the rest of the world because that release date of the console is later, which I think kind of sucks. I didn't even really think about that because there's so many people that are going to be playing this game on PS4 who won't be upgrading to next gen. So I think that's a really strange decision on their part to have done that. I kind of do understand to a degree because obviously like they're keeping it all, like launch titles are all uniform and playable, but the PS4 version surely could have released earlier in Europe so that they could play it. I feel for you European guys. I know there's a lot of European watchers of this channel, so I am sorry about that.